I'd like to take some time talking about pressure. I hear this phrase, this word, this terminology used quite a lot in sport. The pressure got to her. The pressure was too much. So everybody's experienced this pressure, but what actually is it? Because many different things are said about pressure. Some people say it's unavoidable. Some people say it's just part of the game and you have to acknowledge it and get on with it. But I do see it slightly different than quite a few mental performance coaches and sports psychologists, etc., and players and even coaches, because I believe and I know that pressure can be turned off and it can be turned on. Because if somebody can enter into a sporting situation full of confidence in the absence of pressure, if one person can do it, then everyone can do it. It's all about learning how, because pressure is tied down to lots of different things, but part of it is a pattern. It's a pattern that athletes get into, which then drives the state. And I've spoke about these states, these neurophysiological states, quite a lot. And pressure is just one of those states. And when we really look at pressure, it's anxiety, it's fear, the fear of the unknown, thinking ahead of time about something which may or may not happen. You have a fear of a future event, and the best example of that is penalty shootouts in football. Often people get scared, they feel the pressure in that moment because their mind flicks out of their zone, out of their state of mind, to thinking about the future. It starts to think about what happens if this goes wrong? What will people say? How will my teammates feel? How will my parents feel? How will my coaches feel if I get it wrong? What will the crowd say? Instead of thinking about exactly what they want to happen, instead of thinking about exactly about how they want their performance to go in this competition, in this scenario. And I know pressure is controllable, and pressure ultimately isn't real. Pressure is a construct. We, myself included at times, we let the situation get out of control, and that means when that's happening that athletes and we as people start to talk to ourselves in a way which builds a feeling. We start to see something ahead of time which starts to build this feeling. And we start seeing this event and we start saying something, and then these two things combine and they make a concoction of neurochemicals coming from all different hormonal glands and neuroreceptors to make us feel anxious, where the nerve impulses going down to our muscles, there's incongruency. I want to do this, but there's danger. I want to take this penalty, but I'm scared to do it. I want to win this match, but what if I miss? And that is a big factor in pressure. What if? Because people who succumb to pressure, they get stuck in a loop of what if? What if I make an error? What if I make a mistake? What if my dreams are crushed? And you can get control over this, because if you can say one phrase about it, you can say another. If you can see yourself missing a penalty shot, for example, or a penalty kick, then you can see yourself drilling it into the top corner with precision, with power, with confidence, with effortless ease. You can see yourself smiling in the face of that scenario, smiling at the goalkeeper as you look him or her right down the barrel, right between the eyes, in your mind saying, I've got this, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And you can train your mind to do this. You can train your mind to feel how you want to feel. You can turn pressure off, you can take control of that feeling of pressure, and you can reverse it. And you can flip it on its head, and you can feel something completely different. So don't fall foul in believing those stories about pressure and it being part of the game. It doesn't have to be, and you can take control over it. And it goes back to some of the basic principles which I always talk about. Take control of the movie inside your mind and take control of the sounds. Make yourself a better movie, tell yourself a better story, and you'll feel a better feeling. Pressure will start to dissolve, you'll get control over it. And the more you get into this habit of feeling this effortlessness, this focus, this I'm unstoppable feeling, and the more you program this into your mind, the easier it is to get control over it. And it all starts with preparing yourself ahead of time, making these mind movies before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, when you're warming up, when you're in the changing room. If it's an isolated moment within a competition or a match, you've got to check yourself. If you start to feel uncomfortable, if that anxiety, that pressure starts to build, that means you're saying something to yourself which is counterproductive. It means you start to see something that you don't really want to see, and you've got to nip it in the bud, and you've got to squash it, and you've got to change it. Because when you change your words and when you change your movie inside your mind, you take control. You take control over your own neurology. Because this is the key to sports performance. It's about taking control over your neurology, not letting your neurology rule you. Because the more you think a pattern, the more you run a pattern, the more you ingrain it into your subconscious. So you need to be very careful about every single thing that you're saying, every single thing that you're seeing, and make sure that you are seeing what you really want to see, not what you don't want to see. Never fall foul of getting trapped in the what if pattern. It can be used in a positive way. Often athletes struggle with this and they get stuck in a what if negative loop. What if it goes wrong? What if I'm not good enough? What if I let everybody down? Instead of thinking, what if I become a hero for doing this? What if I can make this look effortless? What if all of my training has come together for this one moment so I can deliver for my team, myself, my coach, my family, whoever it is? You can master your mind by taking control over the neurology of the sounds in your head and the neurology of the images. Get used to doing this. Get used to taking charge over your own neurology, over your own mind, so you can perform exactly how you want to perform. So I hope you found this video useful. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button. And again, if you're interested in finding out more about how my Science of Excellence programs and techniques and my neuroscience techniques can benefit you and help take you and your performance to higher and higher dimensions, then just drop me an email, give me a call, and I can book you in for a free consultation. See you soon.